My name is Frankie DiCarlantonio. I'm 22 years old, and I'm the Director of Business Operations at Scaffidi's Restaurant Group here in Steubenville, Ohio. So I've never held public office before. I've sat on several boards, committees, and commissions all throughout the Ohio Valley. Most recently, I was, like I said, appointed to the Regional Planning Commission on behalf of the people of the city of Steubenville. So I am on a public office commission at the moment, but I've never held public office. All of my experience has been in the nonprofit, civic, and the business community here in Steubenville in the Ohio Valley. Well, there's two reasons I decided to run. First is I know the problems firsthand that businesses have with locating here in the Steubenville. I've been along with my family as we've owned and operated a business here in Steubenville for close to 10 years now. We've opened, relocated, remodeled, expanded a business. We've done almost anything you can do a business. So I know firsthand the problems that people have in investing here in the city of Steubenville. We've been through it ourselves. I've heard numerous stories from business owners that I've visited and have talked to as a part of my campaign and even before my campaign. So there is a trend that goes on with investing in Steubenville and the problems with the rules, the fees, and the process that we place on companies trying to locate here. And the second reason I'm running is because, I realize the need for opportunity for young folks such as myself. People that I went to high school with, graduated with, were now entering the workforce. I've had a career going for a few more years now. I've worked with my family since I've been 15. My first board appointment was when I was 15 years old, so I've definitely been involved for a while now. And I know that people want to return here to the city of Steubenville after they graduate and trying to enter the workforce, but they can't because of the lack of opportunity. And they want to return here because this is where their family is, this is their culture, what they're used to, but they just can't do it because of the lack of opportunity. Numerous items. I've sat on boards, the Upper Ohio Valley Italian Heritage Festival. I'm currently being installed on the Alive Shelters board. I sit on a committee of the public relations of the Steubenville Catholic School System, the Jefferson Kiwanis Youth Soccer Club. I'm an ambassador to the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce. As I said, I'm a representative to the Brooke Hancock Jefferson Metropolitan Planning Commission on behalf of the people of the city of Steubenville, and am just interested and have always been interested in helping my community through the several organizations that are here. Well, I think that I've already proven myself a member of the community. People know me from the business operations at my family's restaurant. People know me from being involved in the community. People see me around being involved. I'm definitely not your average 22-year-old. As I said, I've been involved with these organizations, these committees, commissions, ever since I've been 15 years old. I've always had a love for service and a love to give back to the community that's given me so much. And
Can you list actually any accomplishments that you've done so far?
Well, as I said, I sit on the Regional Planning Commission. We have overseen several projects that have entered into the city of Steubenville that's administrated by them.
Like what?
The improvements at State Route 7 and University Boulevard, which came from the majority of state funding from ODOT. We've overseen the project of the Lovers Lane Roundabout, which I know is a controversial issue, but we oversaw that and got the state and the federal funding as a part of that. And basically any other major state route improvements that have to do with ODOT or the Federal Highways Administration, we oversee those projects. I was named Jefferson County's Young Professional of the Year, so I've been recognized for my business and my community involvement and my experience.
What are the criteria for that?
Well, it's judged from a panel of folks that honestly I don't know who they are. They're kept in the background, but they are experienced business community members from the Chamber of Commerce, and items that they were looking for was someone that does have business experience, someone that is involved with their community. And out of I don't know how many they began with, but from a final list of 3, the short list that they came up with, I was voted in as #1 last year in 2016. So I am recognized by business peers here in the Jefferson County area as being someone that is experienced and someone that is involved with the community. All right, so I think everyone, I know you and I had talked about a lot about my age, and I think that's a hold up for some people. I believe for some people it's something that they're really embracing this year. We have talked to a huge amount of the city of Steubenville residents this year, and they're hopeful for my outlook on the future, and they're hopeful that I've made the decision to remain here. And I think that is something that can be a benefit to this community. I want to work to make the area that I want to remain in and raise my family and enjoy the rest of my life as best as it could be. You know, I know firsthand, out of the 3 candidates running for mayor, I'm the only current person that is in the business community and knows the problems of investing in the recent years here in the city of Steubenville. I know that other, candidates have been involved in business, but, I know firsthand of placing an investment past 2010 in this area. So I know the current problems. I have the technological and the marketing experience that we can definitely use here in the city of Steubenville. I mean, as I said in our discussions, I'm currently in discussions and currently in work to rework the entire city of Steubenville website because it's not even mobile friendly. We're not communicating with people in ways that we can here in the 20th century. I can't tell you how, 21st century, I'm sorry. I can't tell you how many people have embraced the fact that they can send me a message on Facebook, or that they can tweet me on Twitter, or text me on the phone. I had an individual here in the city of Steubenville that texted me on the phone about a problem they were having in their neighborhood, and I was able to connect them with the right resources. I'm out there, and I want to make sure that we communicate with people in ways that it's best for them, it's convenient for them, and it makes sense that we're doing here in 2017. I mean, I definitely think that's a feather in my cap that I'm someone that can, diversify communications and diversify technology and embrace technology so much that we can move forward as a city and embrace these items. I think, my business experience is proven. With being awarded Young Professional of the Year out of other individuals that have applied into that, award or been nominated into that award by their peers. These people that make these decisions, I'm sure, knowing people that are involved with the chamber are people that have been in the business community for years and have recognized me that I am somebody that has the business experience and has the community involvement that I do deserve that award. So I think overall, I'm asking for people to, give me the opportunity to bring my platform of business, people, and community to the city of Steubenville, place their hope in somebody that wants to attract young people here and knows their plights and knows, the issues that they have with not returning to the city of Steubenville, to give me the opportunity to try and make a difference in all of that. So, I think I'm just asking that I'm ready, I'm energetic, I'm aggressive in what I want, and I am, willing and ready to take on the issues that the city has. Trust me, none of us are doing it for the money. We only get paid $6,200 a year, so none of us are doing it to out of a basis of money. We're doing it because we love Steubenville, and I can tell you that I love Steubenville. I made the choice to stay here, and I want to stay here as long as I can. So I want the opportunity to represent the people of the city of Steubenville. Well, I believe that there are certain things that have the consensus of city council saying no in a negative aspect. I mean, most recently what I believe is the medicinal marijuana that was a hot button issue among council and among citizens here. But overall, I think everyone on city council, I'm not speaking on behalf of them, but I believe that they do want advancement and they do want business and they do want investment here in the city of Steubenville. So I believe that there's not an overall no to people locating here or to investment here. I think that there's a lot of troubles along the way, as I said before, of people investing here, whether it be the fees or whether it be the process or the rules that we impose on people. So I think we're all receptive to as much business as locating here as possible. And as the mayor, you do preside over council. I believe it's you're charged with building consensus among folks that sit on council, and I think that it's your job to sort of impose a thought that you have on behalf of the citizens that elected you. And I already know everyone that sits on city council. 2 of the council members that are up for election this year, both them and their opponents that are running here in 2017, have said that anyone running for mayor, and myself included, that they would be happy to work with. I've already been involved. I've been attending city council meetings for a few years now. They've seen me work alongside them on a couple different projects, whether it be the marina cleanup. I'm already in talks with the city of Steubenville. I've already begun donating my services and my time with revamping the city website. So they already know that I'm someone that wants the betterment of the city of Steubenville. So I don't believe that my age is going to be, something that stands in the way of that for them. Well, I think first you have to increase enforcement. I think that you need to attack every level of people involved in this ring that we have here. Whether it be the buyers, the sellers, or the traffickers of these drugs coming into our area, we need to enforce it at every level. I think we've done a great job at enforcing the top level, that we had a major takedown of 2 traffickers into this area. Most recently, they were sentenced to both over 20 years in prison. So I think that's great, but I think our enforcement also needs to stretch to people buying and selling on the low end. So we do need to increase that. Then at the same time, we do need treatment for these individuals. Once they are arrested and once they are in the system, putting them in prison and putting them back out into the world however much time later is not going to fix the problem. We need treatment solutions for these people, but in order to get them into the system, I believe that we do need to, increase our enforcement. Then people that do want to get help and people that do want to end their life in this cycle, that they can have the treatment services available to them. Well, most recently, and it's something I'm very in favor of, the city manager and our police department have begun a task force made up of officers that are going to target the hot button areas that these crimes are being committed in, whether it be drug use, drug sales, or prostitution. They are targeting the hot button areas to which we know the crime is happening in. So being able to have a dedicated team of people that are dedicated to the continuation of those efforts is something that we need. Someone that knows, that can handle the reports that we're getting in from citizens, which we definitely are, and that's great. The citizens are reporting the issues that they're seeing around them, and someone that can steadily know the problems and know these areas is what we need to do. I believe interaction with people that are having these problems in these areas. I mean, there are businesses and residents that are seeing these problems continually in their neighborhoods or in their business locations, and having that interaction with these team of individuals, I believe, can build up consensus and to increase reporting and increase the solutions for these problems. The image that we have from the Steubenville rape case, from the shooting of the judge, which are 2 unrelated items, we do have problems, but I believe that we shouldn't let 2 things such as these define who we are in the city of Steubenville.
But we are defined by that in the national media.
Well, I can understand that, and I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not going to control what the national media does, but I believe that someone here needs to be the champion of we are a city of great things here in the city, here in Steubenville. The biggest thing is, and what I started to talk about, the misinformation that's out there, we don't have streamlined information coming from City Hall. We don't have a Facebook page. We don't have Twitter. We don't have email communications with our citizens to let them know what is coming from City Hall and what the information is directly. I believe our news sources here in the city of Steubenville and Jefferson County, I think they do a great job with their reporting, but at the same time, we are relying on 2 sources to report everything that we want reported here in the city of Steubenville. We need to communicate with people in ways that we haven't before, and I believe that will clear up a lot of the misinformation and a lot of the bad image that we have among our own people here in the city of Steubenville. That's what we need to fix first. And then as to our perception, I believe that there's many good things that outweigh the bad things that have happened in Steubenville. I mean, at this point, there are several beautiful homes, especially in the north end of Steubenville and North 4th Street. There are some beautiful homes down in that area. There are some homes as well that are on our hilltops or in downtown that are just too far gone to rehabilitate. And I believe that a lot of the crime comes from these homes. I believe that people, they pose a safety hazard, they pose a crime hazard. So I believe that City Council's decision to knock down a lot of these properties is smart. But there are also a lot of properties that can be invested in and can be brought back up to their beautiful nature. And I believe that a lot of the problems come from the limbo that these homes are in. Some homes are in foreclosure, some homes are past due on their taxes. Some homes are simply just abandoned. So a lot of the problems that people have is finding out where to move forward with these homes, or who do we need to contact to purchase this home to invest. I mean, we have a brand new home being built on 8th Street in downtown Steubenville. We had an individual that wanted to purchase a piece of property that had a home on it that was on a recent demolition list, but I know Mrs. Hahn tried to do that, or Councilwoman at Large tried to hold off the ordinance to allow this person to purchase this home, but the city council voted to move forward anyways. So there are a few folks that do want to invest in Steubenville. I mean, a new home on 8th Street hasn't been heard of in I don't know how many years. So I believe simple enforcement in these areas, getting rid of these homes that are too far gone, that is a breeding ground for drugs, prostitution, getting rid of these homes to almost not have a nurturing place for these problems is needed, and just simple enforcement again from the buyers and the sellers of the drug problem, the prostitution problem. I believe that we need to increase enforcement at these points. There are people that live in these neighborhoods. I mean, there's great people that I've talked to a lot of them, and they are living in an area that is ridden by drugs and prostitution. So we need to help them out because there are still people there. And I believe that once you do that, you will see people wanting to invest in these homes. I mean, I know of a lot of people most recently that have, I know a gentleman, a young professional from Youngstown that bought a home on North 4th Street. He's rehabilitating it as he lives there. So there is interest down there. I believe that we just need to market it in a way and just do simple enforcement and simple cleanup that we can make it attractive to people. Well, I mean, my entire platform, as I said last evening at the debate, is business, people, and community, and I believe in that order exactly. There is business to be had in the Ohio Valley. If we look at Weirton, just as an example, they've seen manufacturing, professional, and retail jobs in abundance within the past year. And we have not seen our fair share here in the city of Steubenville. Everyone wants to talk about, we've seen 27 new businesses begin in the last 10 years. That's 2.7 businesses per year. The city of Weirton opened up that just within the past 6 months. I mean, that is crazy. We've lost as many businesses as we have started here in the past 10 years. I believe it's the problems with investing in Steubenville, as I said. We need to lower their fees. We need to have someone appointed within the city of Steubenville to help their transition and help their investment. You could be interacting with anywhere from 4 to 5 different departments to locate here in the city of Steubenville, yet you're almost expected to do the legwork. And we need someone that can be a liaison between the businesses and the city of Steubenville to help these people with their investment. We need to ensure that the process is as easy and that we can make sure that we stand out in the Ohio Valley as the premier locality, municipality that you can locate in. First, I want to make sure that we have simple things set up for people to look at whenever they're considering to locate here in the city of Steubenville. I mean, we don't have on our city website step-by-step instructions on how to open up a business. I mean, we do have it on our building department's website, how to obtain permits and know when you need a permit, but that's just part of it. We need to ensure that we know how to interact with the different departments that you need to interact with. I think we are lacking some basic marketing materials that we could use and that could almost be put up overnight if we put our minds to it, that we're missing to let people know what we're about in the business community. What I love about Steubenville, it has a sense of community like none other. I mean, everyone knows each other. Everyone steps up when someone has a problem, and I believe that that's something that keeps me here. The love I have for small communities and the fact that I can make a difference and I can see that I made a difference through organizations that I'm involved with really makes me excited. It really does. Sitting on boards, committees, and commissions, as I said, is something I've done since I've been 15. And being able to see the fruits of that at the end of the day is something that you can definitely have in a small community. This is where my family is. If I decided to leave, this is where they're planted and this is where they're remaining as their home. And I don't want to leave that. I love my family. We're a big Italian family. I almost tell people that when you watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding, we're the same family, we're just Italian. So we love being together, and I wouldn't want to leave that for the world. I could definitely, potentially be elsewhere, whether it be in the, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, and Ohio, or anywhere else in the United States, potentially, making more money in a higher position, but I don't want that. I don't want to sacrifice that for my love of a small community like Steubenville.